Today, we're celebrating EPCOT's opening.
Yay! Hey guys, it's KJ,
John,
and Winnie. Welcome to our channel where we do videos on
Disney,
motherhood and lifestyle. If you like today's video,
give it a thumbs up,
hit that subscribe button,
ding that notification bell,
and leave us a comment. John, what are we talking about today?
Well, it's another must-do Wednesday, and we have all the must-dos at EPCOT.
If you are new to this series, we've already done a must-do for Magic Kingdom as well as Animal Kingdom, since they were the first two parks to open at the time of filming.
And today, we're celebrating EPCOT's opening.
Yay! So if you haven't checked out those lists, make sure you check them out. We will link them above. And similar to those videos, these top 5 things are in no particular order. They are just 5 things that we think you must do when you go to EPCOT. First on our list is you must eat at World Showcase. We could not pick just one restaurant. We could not recommend just one restaurant. It's really up to personal preference. If it was based on personal preference, we would without a doubt tell you to go to Via Napoli because we think that has some of the best pizza and we're New Yorkers. So coming from us, that means it must be good pizza. But we do recommend that you go eat in the World Showcase. Now, what is the World Showcase?
It's a collection of pavilions that are celebrating the heritage of several countries on our planet. Here they are. There's many of them.
So as we mentioned, one of our favorites is the Italy pavilion that has Via Napoli. Some other pavilions we really love to eat at are Japan, Germany, Mexico.
I also enjoy eating at China and France.
You really can't go wrong. I think we've eaten at every single one except Canada. That's still on our list.
Still on our list.
We were supposed to eat at Canada in March when we went, finally check it off our list, but our trip was canceled. But no matter which country you choose, which pavilion, which restaurant, you cannot go wrong at EPCOT. EPCOT is known for their dining. It is excellent. As we said, we highly recommend Via Napoli, but really we've eaten at every single one except Canada, and we have not been disappointed. So you really cannot go wrong with that. It's an absolute must when you go to Walt Disney World, when you go to EPCOT, you must eat in the World Showcase.
And each of the countries has more than one option, so there's plenty of food to go around, and some of them even have something for the dessert lover in the family. Second on our list is Spaceship Earth. It is the ride that is inside the big golf ball at EPCOT. For those of you less familiar with Walt Disney World, there actually is a ride inside that big golf ball, and it is Spaceship Earth. Some call it the slowest moving roller coaster in all of Walt Disney World. It's basically a big conveyor belt track ride, and it's all about how we communicated through our history. That ride was supposed to be getting a refurbishment, but that has been halted, and the ride will remain as is for the time being. So you can enjoy it in all of its original splendor.
The reason we put this on our must-do list is because it is so iconic. This ride is in the golf ball. How cool is that? I remember being a little kid and I could not believe that there was a ride inside there. It is absolutely a must-do for us, for anyone going to EPCOT, to Walt Disney World, and on the way out, bonus, you can hit up the bubblegum and blueberry wall.
And me being the Instagram husband, I've taken many a picture of KJ leaning up against those bubblegum and blueberry walls.
Side note, if you have not checked out our Instagram walls at EPCOT, I will link that up here. You should check it out. Third on our list is Soarin', also known as Soarin' Around the World. It used to be Soarin' over California, even the one in Florida, but now it is Soarin' Around the World.
And while that seems like a small change, it was actually a very big one because it made the ride a lot more enjoyable. You know, soaring around California is pretty cool, but how often do you get to see places around the world that you only dream to visit? One
of the things we love about Soarin' is that they really immerse you in the ride. You feel like you are flying in the sky. Depending on what country you are passing over on the ride, it has different smells of wherever you are. It is so amazing. Back when it was soaring over California, one of my favorite things was when you would fly over the orange groves because it smelled like oranges and it was delicious. And now they have new scents, like when you fly over Fiji, it smells absolutely amazing. Magic Candle Company even makes candles that smell like the different Soarin' scents. And if you haven't checked out our Magic Candle Company candle review, make sure you check that out. But Soarin' is just so much fun. You can go on it pregnant. I did get to ride it the last 2 trips that we went on because again, I was pregnant with Winnie at the time. So that was great because there were a fair amount of rides that I couldn't go on, but I love that I was still able to go on Soarin'.
And while you can ride it as an expecting mother, it still does have a 40-inch height requirement. Number 4 on our list is something that Winnie can go on, and that is the Frozen Ever After ride at EPCOT.
Yay!
It is located in the Norwegian Pavilion in the World Showcase at EPCOT. It replaced the Maelstrom ride a couple of years ago, and it is a log flume ride without any real big drop at the end. A little bit of a drop, but nothing that requires a height requirement though.
Or any kind of lap belts or anything, so it's really not that intense.
But you get to meet all your favorite characters along the way. Anna, Elsa, Olaf, Kristoff,
Sven. the
Everybody.
trolls.
Yeah.
Everyone's there.
Everybody's there. Even Marshmallow.
This is a great ride for the whole family. The queue is really great too. The queues are great for a lot of the newer rides in Walt Disney World.
Frozen is one of their newer additions to Epcot, but it is a beloved one. It's a cool new ride. It's not the longest ride, but it is a fun ride.
And the fifth and final thing on our must-do list for Epcot are meeting unique characters. Epcot is one of the best places to meet some unique characters like Baymax, Joy and Sadness, Wreck-It Ralph and Vanellope. My personal favorite is meeting Baymax, though Vanellope and Wreck-It Ralph are on my list. So next time we go, I am hoping to meet them once character meet and greets are up and running again. At the time of filming, we are going through the pandemic, so character meet and greets are not looking how they normally do, but when things do return to normal, highly recommend those character meet and greets, and if it looks a little bit different right now, we recommend getting a selfie with them.
And while they may not be as unique as the ones KJ just referenced, one of my favorite things to do is to meet some of the characters in the World Showcase, because you get to meet almost all of the Disney princesses in one shot. In Norway, you can meet Anna and Elsa. In Germany, you can meet Snow White. In Morocco, you can meet Aladdin and Jasmine. In France, you can meet Belle and Beast. In England, you can meet Alice from Alice in Wonderland. In China, you can meet Mulan, which I believe is the only place you can meet Mulan. So if you have little ones that are big fans of the Disney princesses, it is a great one-stop shop to meet all of them. Now, it's worth noting that most of the meet and greets are outside, so once we're out of this COVID world, and you can actually go back to normal meet and greets, just know that you'll be standing out in the hot sun for most of it. World Showcase doesn't provide a lot of shade.
Those are our 5 must-dos for Epcot, but we do have a bonus one for you, and that is if you are going to Epcot during a time that there is a festival, we highly recommend you check one of those out. We love Flower and Garden and Food and Wine. Those are absolutely great festivals. There are booths set up all over Epcot, including World Showcase and Future World. I happen to think that the best ones are in World Showcase around the countries, especially during Food and Wine. They have so many different unique foods you could try that are based on whatever country you're in. Highly recommend checking those out. Now, at the time of filming, these are our 5 must-dos, but I do think that this list will probably change over time. If you're wondering why I have a Guardian shirt on,
it's because there's a lot of big changes coming to Epcot Center, one of them being the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind roller coaster. And that will hopefully be up and running for the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, and that is 2021, next year. Some other things we're waiting to see if we'll make our must-do lists are Remy's Ratatouille Adventure coming to the France Pavilion, and one that I'm really looking forward to, a new place to eat called Space 220, which will be right by Mission Space. You'll eat, and all the windows will be blacked out as if you're eating up in space. I know KJ can't wait for that one either.
I'm not a big fan of things in space, so we'll see. And so, to recap, John?
Our 5 must-dos for Epcot Center are dining at the World Showcase, riding Spaceship Earth, taking a ride on Soarin', riding Frozen Ever After, and meeting a unique character in Epcot. And then we also threw in the bonus of attending a festival while at Epcot. So those are our must-dos for this Must-Do Wednesday at Epcot. And be sure to check out next week when we give you our must-dos for Hollywood Studios.
If you guys like this video, please
give it a thumbs up,
hit that subscribe button,
ding that notification bell,
and leave us a comment. What are your must-dos in Epcot? Let us know in the comments down below. And with that, we'll see you real soon. Bye!
See you at the park, now that it's opened. And see you next Wednesday for Must-Do Wednesday.